through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains, the cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to THFC to would die, the only home of Tottenham Hotspur, past, present, and the exciting future on some fella from the Tudor dynasty. Anyway, welcome to the only neighbourhood in England where finishing second is treated like a Netflix documentary achievement, and finishing fourth is called a project. Today we ask questions that has ended friendships, ruined group chats, caused uncles to leave family barbecues early. Who rules North London? Is it the self-declared football philosophers of Arsenal, kings of trust the process and open-top bus parades for almost, or is it the emotional roller coaster specialists of Tottenham Hotspur, innovators of hope, heartbreak, and the phase next season is our season? One side has the history books, the other side has the newest stadium, and of course a cheese room. One side says, look at our trophies, the other says, yeah, but look at the vibes. From chaos, defending optional, from fan opinions, delusionals on both sides. Well, me, I don't think the other three are delusional. Well, the hell no, you know I am. But by the end of this show, it will not solve it. No, it won't. We will not agree, but we will agree like it's a North London family dinner. So strap in, hide the remote, check your Arsenal Spurs friends, because tonight we decide who rules North London. We won't, but we shout about it anyway. But good evening and welcome to this. Oh, I like that one. Well done to Jack GPT for bringing that one up for me. That's your best one yet. Joining me, of course, is my usual co-host, the man that's been down many a dark alley with me, a man that's been on many adventures, a bit like Indiana Jones. He was looking for his Philosopher's Stone, but he ended up with the Europa League. And he also used to own a football club, so he keeps telling me. Now, we don't know, but very quickly, some say he used to go to Marbella every year just to pick up a penguin. Some also say he has the biggest collection of Arsenal memorabilia, but he won't tell anyone. All we know he's called Tequila. How are you, bud?
Yeah, the Arsenal. Yeah, I borrowed that stuff from Thomas Frank. It was in it. It was in his locker when Spurs kicked him out. He had all the Arsenal stuff. Since he loves Arsenal so much, he's Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you were going at the start, Dermot. Me and you walking down a dark alley. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, what's
"What
going
time
on
is
here?
it? It's
What
only
channel
7,
is
mate."
this?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know. That's the thing. I think the dark alley was Bruce Wayne and his parents, and he gave him a Spurs back, and he scarred him for life, and he became Ultra Batman.
Yeah, you ever dance the devil in a pale moonlight? That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah. So big up to you, bud. How are you this evening, though?
I'm okay, mate. This will be interesting. I'm trying to think of good weapons me and you might have, Dermo, but I just checked my gun and it's rubber bullets and blanks in my gun.
Well, at least we didn't build a stadium next to a sewer to actually get into North London. We were smart. They're not like them. Like we actually got proper builders. They got Bob the Builder when they built the stadium back in the day. Of course, joining us, of course, is our arch rivals. These people we don't like. We may like them on screen, but behind screen, it was deathly silence. It was just Brenny had his Arsenal T-shirt up saying, "Look what we won in 1922." Nick is still talking about the great days under Herbert Chapman. You know, he was around in them days.
It was brilliant days in the first.
We hadn't won anything yet in 1922. You know what I mean?
No, I was going to say that was a bit early, wasn't it?
You did, but you just don't shout about it. Of course,
8 years early. 8 years early that was.
Yeah. But big up, it is Brenny and Nick. Brenny, how are you, brother? Great to have you back on. I always enjoy doing the stream.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
Get the Champions League streaming going, haven't we? We've got to get the Champions League stream back up and running.
I know. No, we have to, and things are on the up for me, and basically, I'm going to be my work schedule's completely changed. So as of now, I've got weekends free for hopefully the rest of my life, and I'll be able to do a lot more now. So
Congrats,
I'll be able to do a lot more.
Congrats on that.
Week of earlies, then another week of lates, then a week of early. So I'll be able to do a lot more content, a lot more streaming. So yeah, as my mum would always used to say, God is good. So you know what I mean. It's yeah.
And he is a Spurs fan.
But no, I'm glad to be back on it again, and yeah, missed you guys, missed Tequila, missed his jokes, missed your jokes and all, Dermo. You know what I mean?
They really are bad dad jokes.
You're not that desperate, Brenny. You're not that. Don't pretend.
When both my boys get married, I tell you one thing: they would sit me in the corner, strapping me down, so I don't embarrass them. I think. But Nick, how are you? Great to have you back. You did come on and help us with our deadline day. You energized me and James into carrying on and pretending that we were excited about a window that was so boring. We nearly fell asleep at one point.
No, it's like watching paint dry, wasn't it? It was awful.
It was. I mean, the only exciting thing was the Crystal Palace one that wasn't, didn't happen.
Yeah. Where's it going? Where's it going? Yeah.
But how are you, bud? And welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I am well. Back here once again, talking the sport we love. Definitely have to get a Champions League one on the go because I love talking wider football clubs and all the other stuff that goes into that. And only purely because I love the format of the Champions League now as well. I love the fact that it's an actual league and all games have relevance. The last game in the league has real significance now, and I like that. So into the knockout phases when it gets all a bit interesting. So we've definitely got to get that going.
Yeah, Tottenham Arsenal quarter final. There you go. Look, before we get into it, we've got talking points as well, guys. Before we do get into it, there's a few little channel announcements we have to make. Well, the first one for me is, I'll let Tequila do his first. I think it's worth, and then I'll talk about the changes that are happening within the THFC brand. But go on, Tequila, give us a shout. It is
so report. That link is automatically out of date because I've just been told that that's not the name of the channel anymore. Breaking news. I just plugged it and then I just got a message saying, nope, not calling it that now. So the link is correct, I think. It's now called the No Cell, not Grapple Reports. There you go. We just changed it seconds ago. I just found out. So it's just a new wrestling channel. If people like your wrestling. I'm pretty old school, so I like stuff from like the 80s and 90s because I'm just that old. There's a couple of other boys who like it, more modern stuff. So if you like wrestling, come join us. First show is going to be Wednesday night. Not sure what it's about yet, but yeah. That's a quick plug. It's called the No Cell now. It's not called Graph Report. I just found out. So It is what it is. Okay.
And of course, also do get over to the Player Pouches gaming channel. Right, guys.
Yeah.
Do the link for that. So do get over to that, guys. Right. THFC, we're not just a Tottenham channel anymore. We have expanded into 3 different areas. We have, and the Till We Die is now becoming a proper band. I am going to look into how to get the brand trademarked. And it is going to be we're following the rest is like the rest is football, the rest is politics sort of brand. That is where we're going down. So of course this is the main channel. This is THFC Till We Die will be the main channel. We have a political channel as well, called Philip and Dermot's Political Till We Die. We've got a gaming channel that me and James have rebranded to Oh Boys Do Gaming Till We Die. And also, I'm particularly proud of this, and I'm so looking forward to doing this. I have an Irish channel following Irish soccer, the League of Ireland, Irish national team as well. Will be all over there to Ireland Till We Die. I am so excited about that one because it's something, as an Irish content creator, as much as I love doing Tottenham, I mustn't forget where I come from. And we have a very good league over here as well. And with the league running through the summer, it's a great chance for you guys to come along me so I can introduce you to Irish soccer and take you on a journey of the teams. We're going to follow the league. We're going to follow the Irish teams in Europe. We're going to follow the national team, also the under-21s as well, and also a little bit of Irish women because we do have a better women's side than the men's side. But yeah, it's Ireland Till We Die. If Tequila can find the link for me and put the link in, I really would appreciate it.
I'll try.
But yeah, it's also, we sort of put everything under the one umbrella. So that is the plan. So we're growing as a brand, and that's what I want to do. That's how I see us going in the future. So do get over to Tequila's Wrestling channel, which is going to be, I've already subscribed. I cannot wait to Wednesday to watch the first episode. But guys, if you can help us, because the plan is to get every channel to 500 subs that were all monetized, the whole channel, and we can grow this brand and make this the best brand in Ireland. We want to be the #1 YouTube channel for your Irish soccer, for your politics, for your gaming, and your Tottenham news as well. So do that for us. Anyone you want to plug, Tequila, and anything you want to say in that?
No, that's it. I have put a revised link into it, everything sort of the proper name. So that's it. I'm done. Thanks, Demo.
Yeah, I know. Probably can't get Till We Die. Probably not Tequila, but
probably not. Yeah,
Colin, probably not. But if you can put the link in for the Irish channel, Tequila, I would be appreciated. But I'd forgotten how to do it.
Okay.
Let's start. Right. Where am I starting? I am starting somewhere. Right. Where's my notes? Here are my notes. Right. Current form. Who actually runs it right now? Now, we know league position this year. Arsenal are top, fighting in the league title race. But I want to ask you guys, right? I'll start with the Arsenal boys, and then we get to our Tottenham, Tequila. Are you guys worried about teams like Manchester United being on a bit of a run at the moment? Because they're apart from Arsenal, Manchester United are your nearest rivals for picking up wins. Does that bother you? Because Arsenal, Man United are quietly coming on. They seem to be the dark horses for this championship.
Yeah, what I would have said. So United, for me, I said at the beginning of the season. I've been saying it for the last 2 years with United. When you have a look at the players they've signed and who they've got, particularly this season, I was really worried about the opening game of the season because that's when you're going to face the most rejuvenated side, isn't it? And they had brought 40 Premiership goals in Mbueno and Kuna. And I mean, that was really savvy. And I feel like Sesko's going to come good for them. And I looked at United, and I keep looking at United, and I think they are possibly, well, next year's top 4 is going to be horrendous because you're going to have City doing what City does. You're going to have whatever Arsenal can muster. You've got a rejuvenated United who I think are a real more of a danger next year than this year. And you've got Liverpool that could be under Alonso by then. So I think just that as a top 4, and then you've got Chelsea and Villa and everything. The league's going to be crazy next year. So I feel like with United, I feel like they've got quite a good squad. I feel like they've got depth there as well, and I think that's going to be important next year because we're off the back of a World Cup, and it's going to be who rotates and who can manage the injuries and the fatigue best next year will be who wins it. So my answer is more for next year than this year. United being a threat.
Yeah. What about you, Brenny?
Yeah, just to echo what Nick said, I think for me, I wasn't worried about them in terms of their manager, and he wasn't getting the best out of them. But the players that they signed last summer, I was impressed with a few of the players that they did sign. Those names that Nick just mentioned as well. And Brian Bremo, I was a big fan of it. I wanted him at Arsenal. But there was all this, well, it's not going to take Saka's place. I thought, well, squad players, isn't it? You want the best you can for, to improve your squad. The way they beat us, I know it's all this. Well, what if Mendy didn't give the ball away? What this, what that? I'll tell you what. The way they were playing that second half, they scored some worldies. They could have scored any other way. We just don't know. We always go with that what if scenario, don't we? And for me, and I said it. Nick said it as well. We was beaten by football that we want to see from us. Yeah. We've seen it in the Champions League. We've seen it in the Champions League. But what frustrates us, guys, is that myself and Nick, we haven't seen it very often in the Premier League.
Yeah,
and it's so frustrating. I mean, you remember times where years ago, you were in three or four competitions and you could play the same way in all those competitions. Whereas now it's like it's got to a point where it's like at times we're allowed to play in Europe, and you know what I mean. And I just feel with regards to United, I think they can finish top four, but I think their defense is still a little suspect. But midfield, I mean, Bruno Fernandes, he looks rejuvenated. Casemiro looks rejuvenated. I know Casemiro's leaving at the end of the season, but if United get a top quality, if they get a midfield linchpin, I think they'll do very well next season, just to add to what they've got from an attacking side of it. So next season for me, I think United will be back in Europe, and will they be a threat?
That has an impact too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they'll be a threat compared to Liverpool, City, Chelsea, ourselves, even yourself, depending on who you get in, because that's the thing with Spurs. It's like you never know. It's like season after season, you don't know what Spurs are going to turn up for the season. I mean, 2 seasons ago, you were fifth.
Yeah, we were. You're right on that, Brenny, because if you do look at Arsenal and you do look at what they've done this year, yeah, they have improved, but is it because the rest of them have sort of not been so effective this season? Man City hasn't been. Man City hasn't been consistent. Liverpool have fell off the cliff. Other teams have. I mean, Tequila, you look at the Premier League, and to be fair, I think Arsenal have been one of the most consistent teams in the Premier League this year. But you look at Man City, Liverpool, but Man United are coming up on the rails. Mathematically, they're still in the chance. So can they sort of put a late surge on? Just even if it's to make Arteta a little bit worried.
No, not United. Not yet. I agree with Nick. Not yet. Even Com's put in the chat, who obviously is a United fan, even he says they're 5 or 6 players away, and I think that's probably about right. Plus, I mean, they need to decide if they're going to stick or twist with Carrick as well. They might not, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's getting a good tune out of them now, but who knows? You know, they still might not go with him, and then they could choose somebody else, and then it's like, oh, they've made another mistake. So I mean, there's that to consider as well. You know, they still don't have a permanent manager themselves. I'd go with, I think, I'd take Carrick at Spurs. So I think they'd be silly not probably to go with him, but
well, apparently he is part of the his name has been mentioned within Tottenham corridors, Michael Carrick, at the moment as well.
I think you guys are going all in for Pochettino, aren't you?
Hopefully.
Hopefully, but
from me, Demo might not agree with that, but from me.
Look, I think it's that. Yeah, there is an echo. I did hear an echo actually. It's gone now.
It's gone now. It's okay.
Yeah. I do I want Poch back? Probably not. No, because I don't think what are you achieving. Yeah. But is he the only manager to unite the fan base, to probably bring a bit of stability to the club, to actually give the owners a bit of grace? Yes, I think Poch is
that is it. I think what Pochettino does is takes the heat off the ownership, and I don't think that's what's needed. When you ever look at Pochettino right now, he can come into Tottenham and say he galvanises the squad, but I feel that if the fundamental issues at Tottenham aren't changed, at some point it gets back to the point, not quite to the 17th, but it gets back to this sort of point where it drops off. Because if you've not been sustaining performance for 2, 3, 4 years, you drop because you're not used to doing it. You know, there aren't games that you've down tools. You've got to fight. You've got to do all of this sort of stuff. I think if you're out of Europe next year, which it could be unless you win the Champions League, Pochettino's is faced with just a domestic schedule, and that could be really beneficial. So it could be you have a really good first year with him, where you are back into the Champions League places, possibly. But thereafter, if the fundamentals haven't been addressed and fixed, then I think that's when the issues come in and wounds come back out.
Yeah, I agree with Wayne Bonner. I think the biggest problem we have, and look, Keeler and Brenny, I don't know what you think of this. He won't have a pre-season. The World Cup finishes on July the 4th. Most players will be back probably around that time. Also, does it derail our summer transfer window? Do we have to wait till Pochettino comes in? There has to be plans put into place. There has to be, right, let's announce them now. Right, Pochettino does a press conference. Right, after the World Cup, I am going to manage Tottenham Hotspur. Get it out there. Get it over and done with. Then he can say to one of his coach and stuff, right, you go over, right, you leave me, you go to Tottenham, you look at the squad, you report back to me what the squad is, have like a weekly briefing without taking these eye off the World Cup, and then make a plan then for your summer window. But the problem is, Tequila, and it's right, we don't know if Johan Langstein, we don't know if Vinay Stein, so is this going to be another summer of upheaval like we had last summer, where for the first part of the window we took our eye off the ball, and then by the end of the window we're running around like headless chickens trying to get players in? It has to be better organised, this, doesn't it? Well, it's not just bring a Poch in, it's everything else around it.
To reply to what Nick said, firstly, I mean, he's 100% right, but the thing is that that board isn't going to go. So no matter what the manager is, it's going to be the same. And the only thing that we know is that Pochettino, under the, can't say the Levy model because he's no longer a factor, but we can say the ENIC model at the very least. We do know that under the ENIC model, he was the most successful manager we had. Since we're still under the ENIC model, even though Levy himself is not there, and as I think we're finding out, Dermo, that the ENIC and Levy model seem to be one and the same, but then there's no change. You can make an argument, Dermo. Some people say it's worse. Me, I think it's more of the same. I don't think it's any worse or better. I just think it's just more of the same. So for me, if it's all the same, then Poch knows exactly what to expect. He's lived the life already. And he's proven that he can, under the ENIC model, overachieve.
Success.
That's all we know. And these are the facts that we've got from his history. We know that he can overachieve. So that's why I'm saying him, because I think if you bring in all of these other people that have been mentioned, they're not going to get back either. So if we just assume, although we don't want it to be the case, that unless they get a buyer for their club, which we say every season, and it never happens, then we have to assume it's going to be the same model. We're going to be going after the same profile players. Everything's going to be the same, despite us not wanting to believe it. It's probably what's going to happen. I hate to tell you. So you get the best man you can work within these restraints, which is proven to be Pochettino.
Yeah, but my argument, my argument to that is what I've just stated. I mean, what do you say to that? I mean, I think Mick does make some very good points.
You can if they want to do it cloak and dagger, and we know these things happen. If they want to go to the USA and say, and Pochettino wants to tell the USA, said, I'm signing for Spurs, but we're not going to announce it, because if they announce it, it makes the American look bad. You think something like Trump's going to be okay with that? America don't want to
give a shit what Trump thinks.
Yeah, but I know you might not care. Yeah, you're not going to do that, right? So if it is, they're not. My point is, they're not going to announce it. They can agree to it behind the scenes, and that's probably what will happen. Pochettino will probably say to them, "I'm going to go no matter what. I'm going to sign for Spurs," and then it will be up to the FA, the American FA, how much. If they say that, if they're more lenient about it, they might allow Poch to have a little bit of freedom. I imagine they probably won't be very happy. And they're probably going to demand that all his focus is going to be until he leaves. But that's officially. Everyone's got. I said this year the other night, Dermo. Everybody's got a mobile phone. Do you really think Pochettino can't give the Spurs hierarchy a call and say, "Yeah, I'll take that player, please"?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say to you, Tequila. I was just going to put to you, if you're Pochettino and you know, once bitten, twice shy, and all of that sort of stuff. If you're going to take this job, aren't you turning around to the Tottenham board and say, "Fair enough, I'll take it, but this is who I want. I want Pulisic. I want whoever, right? These are the players I want. This is my list." And he knows before it's announced whether he's going to get those players or not, because he'll be joining late in the window. And that's what I would do if I was Pochettino. Regardless of my announcement, these are the players that I want for my system.
100%.
When you're approaching these players, you can say that I'm attached to the project. You can say that I'm the future manager and all the rest of it. And I'll meet with them and I'll talk with them and all of that sort of stuff. But this is the guarantee I need from your side, because it'd be really naive just to turn up otherwise.
The thing is, Nick, and unlike last time, because you remember when we got Pochettino from Southampton, I'm not saying he was a nobody. He did very well at Southampton, but it was he was moving up, right? So he didn't have that much power, right? Because it was us giving him the opportunity. Nowadays, he's in a much more of a powerful position to make those kind of demands you were talking about. He's probably sitting there thinking, hold on a sec, you guys are desperate. You just finished 17th 2 years ago, probably going to finish 15th if we're lucky this season. You're not going to have Europe next season and all these things. He's in a position of power.
Of course,
it's going to be by his rules, and they're either going to have to like it or not.
He knows that he can get a Tottenham top 10, and that's improvement. He can get you top 8, top 7 without breaking a sweat.
Yeah, Brenny, where you on it, bud? Where you're on the Pochettino, and look, I also want to bring Vinay into the conversation as well. You had him at Arsenal. He did back Arteta. Do you think, right, from a footballer's point of view, forget an Arsenal Tottenham, but from a football fan's point of view, Brenny, do you think somebody like Pochettino would be able to work with a Vinay? Is he the man to help Pochettino succeed at what he wants to achieve? Or do you think what's gone on at Tottenham, with the board then overriding Vinay and Lang to sack Thomas Frank, do you think he will have to go? And do you think it's right he should go?
I mean, I think Vinay would have to go. I think Poch would say yes if he wasn't there. Poch isn't a yes. I don't think he's a yes man. And with Poch, and he did well with what he had when he was with you the first time. He did really, really well. And for me, I think if he was to come back, he'd probably say, "Well, this is what I want, and this is what I want." If he's been told not getting it, it'd be like, "Well, you know what? I'm not signing a 3-year deal for example. I'm not even gonna come back." So yeah. But I just feel that, and for me, I don't think it'd be about money.
No.
You know, I really don't think it'd be about money for Pochettino. But I know he did, but he did say that he wanted to come back, didn't he?
Yeah, more than once.
He said he wanted to come back. You know.
Yeah, more than once.
Yeah.
I think it's shooting fish in a barrel for him. He's got to have that first step into club football. It's got to be positive, and I think him stepping back into Tottenham, he can definitely get you top 6, right? And that is a remarkable improvement on the last 2 seasons. So that's a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, I get it.
Just top 6. I think he's got to throw his weight around. I think Vinay is a bean counter. He's the one that keeps a club profitable. He makes business decisions. not football decisions. Does that make sense? He's an
It does.
accountant.
Look, you, me, Tequila we sort of agree on Poch and we don't agree on Poch, don't we? We sort of have this funny. I see it from one side, you see it from a successful. We were successful, but we weren't successful, but we were in a very strange way. And the last thing on Pochettino, do you think at Tottenham we do have to follow the Arsenal motto with Arteta? We're backing him every summer because Arsenal did back Arteta. As much as Arsenal fans don't like him, they did back him in the transfer market. And look at the squad he's got now. Capable to fight on all fronts, capable of going for the Premier League, going for the Champions League, going for the FA Cup, might win a League Cup. So do you think Tottenham now, once Poch comes back in, he has to stay long term and they have to back him properly in each window?
100%. They have to back him properly.
Yeah. Tequila, where are you on that, pod?
Sorry, guys, I had my
mic
muted. I think, and maybe Brenny or Nick can tell me if I'm wrong, because they obviously know their club a lot better than I do. But if memory serves me, wasn't it the early FA Cup win from Arteta that kind of gave him that grace period for you?
A little bit,
It wasn't. If he wouldn't have had that early FA Cup win, do you think that he would have lasted? Because I'm asking you, you'll know better than me what the fan base was like for him.
Yeah, I think he still would have lasted.
You do, even without it.
Yeah, I agree with that, Brent. I think it offered a shield of such, but that was Unai Emery's team, really, wasn't it? Which was the vestiges of the remaining parts of Wenger's team. And he came in and lifted it up and got it over the line. And I felt like it was a bit of a shield, but not a major one. Would you go with that, Brent? I think they had committed to him for a couple of years.
They had done, and also what I will add, and I will go into a bit of a history lesson, not too long, is basically it's what Bobby said to us a few years back, where the board always wanted Arteta. Emery was a stopgap, and there's still a lot of Arsenal fans today that still cannot understand that. So no matter what would have happened, Emery probably would have got the sack if we were third in the table. You know what I mean? And it was Arteta that they wanted. But the one thing, everyone knows I'm not Mick Arteta's biggest fan, and I always want him to do well. But the thing at Arsenal, what I can say about Arsenal, they are classy, regardless of whether you like a manager or not.
Yeah. What
I like about them is from when I was a kid, Arsenal managers in the past, forget Bruce Rioch because I can't even stand that man, but they've had very long periods at the club, and I remember reading the history books, and we had it was Billy Wright. He didn't do a very good job. I think it was in the 60s, and we were struggling, and then it was 66. We had our physio take over at the club in Bertie Mee, who ended up getting us our first European trophy in 1970, winning our first double in 71. What I'm trying to say is, it's like Arsenal managers then, even Graham, Wenger, they're given time. They're given time. You know what I mean? I can't recall, apart from Rioch and Emery, I cannot ever recall a time when Arsenal manager where I think the lowest is probably 3 years, Don Howe, from 83 to 86. So the Hillwoods, who've been in the Peter Hillwood, his dad, his granddad, there for generations. They'd always given their managers a chance. If we didn't do well in the second season, third season, or even a fourth season, we could probably win something, or if we're challenging. So that's my take on it, and I've seen that over the years, many years at Arsenal. Whereas I do get to a point where when you sack your managers, and I do get it at times why you do. You know what I mean? It's just, but that's just how Arsenal roll. But and I feel now it's a point where they have given. It's like they're sticking the Cronkies. It's like they're sticking with the traditions of the Hillwoods and the Friars. You know, where you're thinking, well, hold on a minute, if you don't do anything this season, you will go because you've been here for incredible amount of time, because I believe whoever comes in after Arteta, it could be next season, season after. I think that manager will be given at least 5 years.
Well,
You're on mute there, Derm.
Go on, bud. Go on, Tequila. Go on.
Yeah, well, it's like, and I think Arsenal are one of the more patient clubs. They are. They are. And teams like us, teams like Chelsea, we are a bit trigger happy. But I suppose the way I'm looking at it is, it's like, had Arteta, I know Arteta had you in 8th, didn't he? Was that the lowest he
back to
got?
back? No, you went 8th, 5th.
Right.
Yeah.
Would he have survived, and be honest, if he would have finished 17th, like we did last year, or it'd be floating around where we are now, 15th, 16th? Do you honestly think they would have persevered with him?
Don't know. Don't think so.
Ooh, I think if it was his second full season, first full season, I think he might have made it. But if it happened again, I agree with Nick. Definitely that.
Yeah. Look, I think this is getting too nice. We've all been agreeing with each other. We're all being nice. This is supposed to be a little bit of a rivalry. This is supposed to be white versus red. White North London versus red North London. You know, I know we're playing shit this year and we're absolute shambles, but I'm not letting the tiny thing about North London derby getting in the way. No way. Because we are the king of North London. We are a proper North London club. You lot are South London. So let's stop the niceties.
You lot are Middlesex,
let's go outside. Let's get the bare knuckles going and let's start livening up this podcast a little bit. Now, squad, star power.
Oh, God.
I mean, Tequila, look, Tottenham do have some good players. As Nick falls off his chair.
Oh, don't, Tequila. I feel for you, brother.
Come on, Brady and Nick, do you see the position that I'm being put in here, mate?
I do.
Just
say it. Just say what you want to say. We've got gone. Just say it. I'm not going to hold you over the planes. Go on.
Star power.
That's why bless you. He's got a star right there.
This is a crazy thing. If you went over the Premier League era, Tottenham could really put a cracking team together, albeit some of those players that you would put down on the list were better elsewhere. Like Bale, I thought was very good for you, but he was better at Madrid, and Modric and Walker and these other players. Yeah,
they got in Gary Lineker, and Chris Waddle went to Marseille. You're thinking, you couldn't even make that up.
No, do you know why he went to Marseille? Because we needed the Marseille. We needed the Chris Waddle. This is how broke we were back in that day. I'll give you a bit of history lesson. Ivan Scholar went to Barcelona. Right, Gary Lineker, you come to us. Yeah, fine. Barcelona says we want 2.5 million. Ivan Scholar says, we don't have the money right now, but can we still have your player? And we're player on. That was one of the earlies of play on the never, never like. So they had to sell Chris Waddle for 4.5 million from Tottenham to Marseille, and half of that went to Barcelona, and the other half went to Midland Bank. So Tottenham got no money, basically. It all just went off to pay off a debt and pay for a player. But, Tequila, we do have some good players. We do have the likes of Xavi. We do have the likes of Mickey van der Ven, who we think is probably the only world-class player we've got. We are without Romero, our captain, the Argentinian Bulldog. Do you think Igor will come in and fire up the squad? Do you think this squad's going to really take to Igor? And suddenly these players realize what this game means. It's not just a game, it's bragging rights. It's about who owns North London. This is about they're coming to our house, and we will not let them, even if we lose, I want to see commitment. I want to see a team that's going to put an effort in. But if you could pick one player at the Tottenham, who do you think is the one that might, say, hypothetically, might win it for us? I know the answer guys will laugh at that.
Win it.
Yeah. I don't know why everyone's so down. Of course we're going to win it. It's Arsenal.
Okay, well, I think the only player
you said this a few months ago.
I know. I think the only player in our entire team who would even sniff and get into Arsenal's team would be Van de Ven.
You know what though? I don't think Van de Ven's world class.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Not yet.
Not yet.
It's one of those potential things.
yet.
You can see the potential.
He's
Definitely the best player in your defence, and he's one of the best players in your team. He's not world class yet, and there's a lot of people that go, "Oh, he's world class at Arsenal." Not yet, not quite yet. You know, when they put that label on someone.
I tell you what it is, Nick. His bail before he goes to Madrid, his next club.
You're spot on.
Is when he becomes world class.
Yeah, you're spot on. He could become. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, look. If you could pick one player of our team, do you think Xavi could be the one to unlock an Arsenal defence? Tequila.
He's the only one fit, any mate. I mean. Or any other big attacking threats, I suppose. Something like Kudos, he's not around. Madison, he's not around.
He's going up against Zubi. He's going up against Zubi Mendy. He's going to have a tough game that day.
Yeah. I just think with a new manager, I just think they might give the play. We may get a bounce. You may face a very different Tottenham, and I think it's important as well. Pardon?
The story of our season. We've been playing the best version of teams. Had we played them a week later or a week earlier. We would have played a different club, you know, and it is we just keep catching them on that. But for you guys, it all depends. And do you remember we were talking on transfer day?
Yeah.
And it just depends. If we play first half Tottenham, we're going to destroy you. If we play second half Tottenham, it's going to be a struggle. And that is it. You just don't know what blasted Tottenham's going to turn up.
Exactly. No, I agree. I mean, Tequila, one last question on this, bud. If you can pick one Arsenal player, guys, you'll get the Tottenham side of this.
Yeah, sure.
But if you could pick one Arsenal player, who do you think might be dangerous? Who would that player be? I hate to say it for me. I would probably have to go for that player that will not name. That used to play at West Ham, the traitorous little git, DR. But you, Tequila,
who you talk about Nordgaard like that?
It is hard to look past. Actually, I can say his name because I don't hate him. It is hard to look past Declan Rice. But to be honest, mate, their whole team scares the bejesus out of me. If I'm honest, I know that maybe they're not playing the most attacking football ever, but I mean, it's such. I don't remember, and the Arsenal. I know that Nick and Brenny are probably gonna smile. I don't remember a gap this big. In how many years, mate?
If we win the North London derby against you, we've doubled your points total for the. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think.
I know
this brings me back to the Arsenal being invincible. It brings me back to the Wenger years, where every bloody year you beat us. The only time we beat you was that 3 when you were 2-0 up and we won 3-2.
Do you know what? I don't think it's because we're that good. I just think it's because we're that shit. Bad. But your squad is bad. Because I look at you like United last year. I'm looking at your squad and I don't understand it. You know, they're not. I don't get it. I look at your squad and I'm like, that player, Kulusevski was a player that I know he's injured, but I'm like, oh, Madders. He's a great player. You know, Xavi Simons. A lot of people in our chats were talking about we need to bring him on. You're all the way through. Sort of, I was really miffed when you signed Van de Ven, and it was just kind of like, oh no, you've got a real good one there. And Porro isn't a bad player, and you know, you go through your team, and it's just like,
you mean
you
Lord
should
Porro
never be where you are, and not even last year. And I don't. This is what makes this season's Premier League so bloody tricky. Because there are teams down the table that shouldn't be down the bottom of the table.
Yeah, exactly.
They're actually a lot better than the typical teams that are down at the bottom of the table at this time of the year. Yeah. It's weird.
So
I can't explain it.
If you're looking at the Tottenham squad, lads, right? And we've got a lot of players out. But if you look at the players that are available, which ones for you do you think are danger people coming to the weekend? Now, we know you've got not many to pick from, but who's your most dangerous people? I mean, I agree with Tequila with the one person. I also feel, for me, a danger person will be Silva. Your partnership, your centre backs, for me, have been very good this year, and your wing backs, they've been astonishing this year. So for you guys, from Tottenham's point of view, who's your Tottenham danger men that you're sort of looking out for?
You're allowed to
Palhinha-
say no. You're allowed to say nobody. By the way, I'm just gonna
No. I'm going to keep it real. Palhinha in the middle of your midfield is a quality player, right?
Yeah.
I think it's how is Udoji still fit?
No, he's injured.
Yeah, I
again,
think he might be.
he's injured. Again, isn't he?
Bentancur, is he available?
No.
Who?
Blimey. Matthias Tell and Richarlison, right? It's the sort of
Richie
game.
may be back. Richie may be back for this game.
So Palhinha is one of those players that I respect. I think he's a decent player, and you guys would do well to keep hold of him. So yeah, I would lean towards Palhinha. I just think he's that, but it's how certain players. It's your Matthias Tell. It's that sort of player that could just spring us on a transition, and you get in behind, and because we've put too many balls forward, your body's forward. We've over rotated, so it's going to be I think it's going to be a cracking game, to tell you the truth.
Brenny, any player that you Tottenham side that you think he might be a bit dangerous on Sunday?
Yeah, people have laughed at him at the moment because he only came a few weeks ago, but Conor Gallagher's a very good player.
Yeah,
on his day, he's a match winner.
Yeah,
and that coming in from midfield, so he's someone that could always be a danger. He could pull something out of the hat. I mean, he's not. For me, he's not a Scott McTominay, but I feel he could be. If it's one of them games where we're not playing well and it's a scrappy game, for example, and you were to win 1-0, for example, on Sunday, I wouldn't be surprised if he got the winner, if you know what I'm saying. So
I do.
It'd be the one for me.
Yeah, I mean, Tequila. I mean, look, it is at our place. The earlier North London derby, no disrespect for you guys, that the Emirates is a little bit quieter, can be as a library. I think even in North London days, we make it a better atmosphere than you guys.
Our away fans are very loud.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I think we got the best away fans in the Premier League, personally. I do. But look,
I'm gonna spat my coke out. What are you doing? I'm gonna spat my coke out.
I mean, let's face it. We've got one thing we're glossing over here. Tottenham don't have a midweek game, do they?
No, we don't. You do.
Yeah, and I don't. Navigating Wolves before we play you is, not the easiest.
Is this your game in hand?
No, it's the game that we would have played had we had no League Cup final.
Oh, yeah.
We would have played Wolves. We would have played Wolves that weekend. Yeah.
So, look, Tequila, how important is it for the fans to get behind the team on Sunday? It is vital, isn't it, that we get all this with Thomas Frank. We've got to put that behind us now and come together and get behind the team. And do you remember the North London derby we had under Conte, where we really made that stadium really hostile as humanly possible, and it really put them Arsenal players off that night? I think that's why Arsenal lost the race for fourth. We won that race. You lost it on that night. How important, Tequila, is it for Tottenham fans to really make it a hostile environment on Sunday? It is half full. There will be a few drinks taken before the game. So do you think that might work in Tottenham's favour?
Well, let's hope that there's more people there than there's been to watch our last couple of games. You'd like to hope so against our biggest.
I think there will be.
If there isn't, Dermo, then that will tell a story by itself.
Yeah,
it will. That will show them, won't it, about the ownership then, wouldn't it?
I don't think either set of fans ever take it to that place. Let's face it. It's the one match that you turn up to. It's the other ones. It's the other side of it.
Yeah, it's the exception to the rule. So I do expect it to be chock-a-block full, and they're going to have to, because our backs are up against the wall. The chances are going to be small anyway. So we need every single shred of help that we can get, because the players are man for man, and we all know this. Arsenal vastly outgun us, to use the right term, aren't they? They significantly outgun us man to man. In every way possible, they have the advantage. So we're going to need a minor miracle just to pull off a draw, in my opinion. So the fans are going to have to show up, Dermo, if you've got any chance of getting anything.
Yeah.
If they don't show up, it's going to be a slaughter.
Yeah. Do you also feel, Tequila, if we do go 1-0 down, that the fans don't get on the players' back, that they continue to support them, they continue to make it a hostile environment? Because I think you look at the second half against Man City, you look at the second half against Aston Villa. Once the fans get behind the players do feed off that, and they do play some good football. Do you think with Thomas Frank going, it has lifted a little bit of gloom around the place, even if it's just for 13 games under this man Igor Tudor? But do you think it might work? Because if you think about it, right, Tequila, Arteta would have been building for a Thomas Frank Tottenham. Now, Arteta's going to be in the dark how Igor's going to set up on Sunday. He does play very much on the football. He does play a high line. So you're sort of going back to what we were playing on the ranch, probably with a little bit of defensive more put in than we did play on the ranch. So is it important for the fans to not discourage the players if you do go 1-0 down?
I think it depends. It depends if we go 1-0 down. It depends how far into the game. It depends on the effort that the players have shown before the goal goes in. If Arsenal come in, they score in the first minute, it's a difficult ask. If we show that, and I'm not saying we play them off the park because that feels very unlikely, but if we put the desire and the effort, and that's the key words, the fans will react to, if they feel the team's giving it their all, they will react to that. Right, and if you go 1-0 down after 20 minutes or so, the fans will get behind them if they believe that the players care.
They're fighting for it. Yeah.
If it's the same, if it's a lot of the same performances we see at home, Dermo, and we've all seen them because we have seen our last calendar year at home has been. There's no word to describe how bad it is. If it's more of that, then I don't blame the fans. It's difficult, Dermo, to keep asking to go again. I hope that they do because that they're going to be so needed. But will I honestly blame them if Arsenal score early? Am I going to be upset that the fans kind of go like, "Oh God, not again"?
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
It's just been a nightmare the last 2 seasons, guys. I can't stress it enough. It's at home. It's been an absolute nightmare.
It has, and look. It has been a nightmare, but as Tom says here, big up to you, Tom THFC 851 says we have to do what Jack Charlton said years ago: put them under pressure, and we do. You have to put them under pressure.
Easier said than done because the teams that have come onto us have been punished. So you can't low block us at home.
Yeah, but the problem is, you look at Brentford, right? You look at Brentford. Arsenal weren't good. Brentford, no disrespect to Brentford, they're not on your level. Brentford, for me, should have been one of the teams that should have been relegated this year. And big up to Keith Andrews. I think doing Ireland proud. He's done very well.
He's done really well. Lost your best striker.
Yeah.
Lost your captain.
He showed how you frustrate this Arsenal side. He showed how you do. 100%. And I think if you play the same way Brentford did, you nearly lost it as well, to be fair. So
that's because we were going for it.
Yeah,
you've got. I think there is a on that though, Bren. You've got Dermo. Sorry, you've got and to Bren. I would say to you both because Bren, you watched the game. That's doing a disservice there to Brentford, and this is the Brentford team that have just gone away to Villa and Newcastle and got wins. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't have won, but to simply say we can do what they did, you're in two different places for a reason. They were at home. They were full of confidence, where you're quite fearful at home. And you're going through this transition, and not all of your squad will be happy that the manager's changed. It always happens. There's always that little bit, what's this new guy about, all the rest of it. It's hard to take a game to this Arsenal team. I would, if you take it to us, it's going to be a very open game. And I think that plays into, because Arteta's lineup doesn't change. He's going to put whatever lineup he was going to play versus Frank. Is still going to be the same lineup. He's not changing for you. And so that's the game he's going to play. And what do you think, Brent? He's just going to... They will try and manage the first half, I'd imagine, because of fatigue and load. That's what they're going to do, aren't they? They're going to have a good look at what Tottenham's doing, and it's going to be second half shootout, I think.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just think it's going to be one of them games where it depends. It depends on how Igor Tudor, how he sets his team up. That's what's important. because I don't know much about how he sets his team up. I mean, I only knew him as a player, but I did know that he did a couple of interims at Juve and Lazio, and he did okay. Well, actually, I heard he did more okay. So it depends on how he sets you up, because he may even know about the Tottenham way. You know, he may have learnt about the Tottenham way in terms of playing football, and like Nick said, if you do try and play football, that will suit us down to the ground.
One thing about Tudor is that I think we need to realise is that he's never played in the Premier League. He's never managed in the Premier League. No. So his knowledge, I'm not saying that he's got no knowledge of football, because that would be me probably being a bit disrespectful. I'm sure he knows about Arsenal, don't get me wrong. But how much? How much has he studied the Premier League and stuff like that? How he hasn't got much experience. Is he even playing in the league, let alone managing? I'm concerned. I'm not going to judge him I won't be judging him at all based on this result, because it's such a difficult situation to come in for. But overall, I've got big reservations of the choice we've made, but made it we have.
Look, for me, I get what you're saying. I hear fans say, "Oh, this is a free hit for him." I'm sorry, it's not a free hit. It's a North London derby. I don't care who he is. You come in and you hit the ground running. We've got 13 games to save our Premier League to secure. Sorry. Okay, fair enough. Thank you, X, for letting me know. Very kind of. You're very kind. Big up to Elon Musk for letting me know they're having problems. Is your satellite in the wrong place? You think you're a billionaire, right? You think you put your satellite in the right area, couldn't you? Anyway, get it sorted, Musk. Get it sorted. Look, for me, I hate to think it's a free hit. It really does my nutting, because this is a North London derby. This is bigger than football. This is bigger than the Premier League. This is about having the bragging rights for the next 6 months to the next North London derby. And we want to stop you from winning the league. You want to beat us to win the league. It's about you're coming to our home. You're coming to our place. Even if we get even if you beat us, I want you to know you go away from that stadium or walk away from watching it on the telly that your team has been one hell of a battle. It's been a war. And it is a football war. This is what the North London derby is. It's a footballing war. We don't want to give you an inch. You don't want to give us an inch. And you may look and think, oh, Tottenham are down in the luck. We'll go up there and we'll roll them over. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You're going to come to our stadium. You're going to find a different Tottenham, a different beast. You're going to find fans that are up for this game. You're going to find players that are probably up for this game. And one thing is, you keep kicking Tottenham and you keep kicking them, and you think you've beaten them to the ground. One thing Tottenham always do, we'll always rise up again. We'll always rise. Because today is to do. And that is what we're about. We're about making Sunday as uncomfortably as humanly possible for you lot. We're going to put things in your changing rooms. The fans are going to make your fans uncomfortable. We're going to make your players that you don't want to come out of the dressing room. You're going to be that scared. And that's what the North London derby is all about.
But likewise, this is an experienced team that's used to, they've been to your stadium. They've played your team in better form. They've played your team under more established managers.
That's true.
And this is about, for them, as much as it is the North London derby and us fans are getting into it and all the rest of it, cold hard currency, it's 3 points on the march towards the title. That's what this is about for them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, their eyes are on bigger prizes. And it is kind of a case of we've got to manage Wolves before we can think about you.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be I'm glad we're playing away to you. And that is not because I think we're going to beat you. Because if there was a game that I would want after Wolves and we're playing a Premier League fixture that we have to play, this is the one that the boys are going to get up for. This is the one which is going to get, Gabby's going to get fired up. Saliba's fired up. Declan Rice is going to find that extra yard. All of that sort of stuff that makes us tick. It was almost like if someone done the fixture list, it was always like, let's make them go away to Wolves and then they've got to play the North London derby. But I actually think it's going to backfire. I think they'll find that extra step, that extra yard. Where had we played Brighton away, I might have been a little bit more worried about the fixture, not because I think Brighton are more likely to beat us than you are, just to think the fact that I think the boys are more ready to turn up for Tottenham than they are for Brighton. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm like, let's get it on, let's go for it. And that exactly what G Giant has put in the chat there. He said, Dermot, you should do the pre-match team talk. They need you in the dressing room. That is literally it. They need to wheel him in.
They do.
Yeah.
Does this two dog even speak English?
And I think.
Does Tudor even speak English?
Yeah, that's a good question. He must do though, right? Because
I don't think he does.
I don't think he does.
Good.
Yeah.
Who's going to be doing the team talk then?
Well, you and me, Tequila. They're bringing the six.
No, they're right. Let's hire you, Dermot. Go give him a call. Get you there.
No, I want you with me, Tequila. I want you going there and sitting next to Porro and talking sweet nothing.
I'd just sit there. I'd sit there, put the Benny Hill music on, and just say that's what I think.
How about it, lads?
No, Tequila will walk in, right? Tequila will walk in, light bulb in one hand, Benny Hill music in the other, and just stand there because it works so well for Arteta. He probably
has anyone got a bright idea?
Yeah. No, Tequila. I think Tequila will walk in. I was just saying, he'll definitely walk in, and he'll have what he's got on his screen right now, and it'll be a case of right. This is Natalie Dormer. Say hello, because if you don't perform today, she's going to get a Joffrey lookalike to get someone Sandor Clegane to sort you lot out.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, he does speak English.
I love the Game of Thrones reference, Brenny. Pick up, mate.
Yeah. Look, Tequila. Look, we're ending an era. We will call this a draw because I think we haven't been savage enough. I don't think this turned into chaos.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's a gentle start, isn't it? It's the Monday. It's the by the time
we
get
a Barney
Friday,
after the match, we can hear our grievances. You can give it a bit of stick. I'll come back, Dermot, regardless.
Yeah.
Look, I'll be back as well.
I know you will. You two be like a nightmare for the next 6 months. Even when you know
back.
what?
And it's not because I think we're going to win, lose or draw. I'll be back.
I know. Do you think, Tequila, like me, that the Arsenal winning the league doesn't really bother you? It just be a day of hell, and that's it. You sort the season's over. And after a few days, you start thinking about your summer content, and you start thinking about next season. You got the World Cup. Would it bother you more than it would bother me?
It would have bothered me maybe 4 or 5 years ago when we were still when we still had aspirations and maybe considered ourselves your rivals. When I say rivals, I mean as in league rivals. But we're honestly on a different planet now. That's how far the gap is, that you get to the point where it's just like, I don't care. I feel like although it's not a foregone conclusion, I know what the percentage chances are of us probably winning. It's so low. I already accepted it a while ago. I know we're in completely different planets now, so it matters less to me.
I don't think it's that straight. But it's one of those games. Form book doesn't matter, right? I'm never going to turn around and go, because I always think it like I'm always thinking of North London derby, and I'm never convinced that either side's going to get a clean sheet. And then I'm just like, it's going to be a 2-1 or a...
Mate, the difference is, mate, is that these players we've got, the fans feel it. I believe that. I agree with you. But these players we've got, these players that we have, could not give a hoot. The last player who cared was Son, and he's not there.
Yeah.
No, but none of them care about the North London.
I think Romero does. He's banned.
If he cared so much, he shouldn't have got himself sent off and missed it for 4 games. I
mean, you didn't show anything last time you played us.
That's true.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I do get it, and I share your ideals, and I do believe that is the way it should be. But I look at our team, and I honestly don't think any of them give a shit. Sorry for the language. I just don't think any of them care. None of them care.
I think as a fan, when you're saying that about your team, it's the worst thing, isn't it? Because I've always said, I've always said to my son, you give your best effort. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you get in there and people will respect you for it. And if your team were limited in talent, and they are running every minute. They're going into every tackle. They're fighting hard and all the rest of it. You can just turn around and say, we're not good enough, but the boys are trying, right? We need investment. That's that. And I think out of everything, that's the least of the football sins. I can respect that because I can see my team are fighting hard. It's when you feel like they are just dialing it in, turning up, taking the money, not fighting hard, not training properly, not doing all of the things they should be doing. That's the bit that pisses me off. And that annoys me. Even United versus City earlier in the season, there was not one United player on that pitch that looked like he was in a derby match.
Yeah.
And I was what the blooming hell am I watching? What is this? And not one United pundit called it out. And there was no bite in the tackle. There was nothing. I was like, this is shameful. And I get mad for other teams. Do you know what I mean? And so it's all about you've got to turn up and play for that's the minimum requirement that every footballer takes away.
I think
the players have all gone who used to care, Dermo. This is the first season. This is the first season, and how many seasons where we haven't got Son or Kane? And those two were like the last.
Well, last season, yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. You're right.
So this is the first season, and how many that Kane and Son haven't been there? Kane left a couple of years ago, but at least Sonny, at least we kind of believed in him. Yes, he did drop off a bit. He lost a bit of his pace. Maybe he wasn't the player, but you still felt that he cared. But now that he's gone. And I look at this team and I'm not saying there's players who maybe can't care. Maybe Conor Gallagher's somebody who could become that, but he's only been here a month. So I'm not expecting him to just all of a sudden be bleeding for Spurs. Hopefully he can become that. Ask me maybe in a year's time or something. But right now, I look at this team and is there anyone, Dermo, you're the Spurs fan maybe, who in this team bleeds for Tottenham?
That's because no one's been a hero yet, is that? That's what it is. No one's been a sustainable.
I'm going to be honest, right? I'm going to, and then we are going to plug our sponsor. And then the last question is, I give it to you now, guys. Me, Tequila, we're going to pick our best Tottenham goalkeeper and back four of all time. You guys get the midfield, and each of us, me and Tequila, and then you pick one striker each. So we're playing a 4-4-2. Traditional 4-4-2. So me and Tequila will get the goalkeeper and the back four. You get your 4-man midfield, and then we'll pick a striker each up front. So we're doing that at the very end. After I'm just letting you know now. Okay. So get your thinking caps on, guys. Big up to Boss Man. Yeah, shit happens. Right, let's move on. I look very quickly, Tequila, to answer your question, but I don't think there's nobody. I think Mickey van der Ven, maybe.
I was about to say Van der Ven's the closest one.
Yeah. I don't see a Graham Roberts. I don't see a Paul Allen. I don't see a Steve Sedgley. I don't see a Robbie Keane. I don't see a Modric. I don't see a Gareth Bale. I don't see a Chris Hughton. I don't see a Dave Mackay. I don't see a Ray Clements or a Pat Jennings. I don't see a Paul Miller or Razor Roddick. I don't see players down the years that these players today wouldn't be fit to lace their boots. They have disgraced the shirt. They have disgraced that. Don't talk about that shit.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm sorry. As far as I'm concerned, he never existed at Tottenham. He doesn't. I want him struck out of every history book at Tottenham. He's a traitor.
Or say Gary Mabbott.
He's a traitor.
Nice little poke of the bear there.
I used to like Ledley King. He was one that I used to like.
Oh, it's amazing. King was amazing.
Sorry, Judas can go and do one up the nearest dogging park for all I care. I don't give a hoot about him. Do you want to add anything to that, Tequila? No, don't.
No.
Yeah, because Tequila's got the big hook and he's just hooked me off. Tequila, look, let's do it now. Let's do the sponsor, but do the sponsor actually. Sorry. Right. The sponsor of this show is O'Connell Designs. I've got it here. So I will read it out. Please call them do a video soon. It saves me go and search for what you sent me. Big up to O'Connell Designs, who are the proud sponsors of THFC Till We Die. and all channels as well connected to the brand of Till We Die. He is the best person to do content created logos, thumbnails, intros, outros. He does everything for a reasonably good price. So if you're looking for a professional YouTube thumbnails, intro videos, studio backgrounds, logo designs, O'Connor Design specializes in clean custom work made specifically for creators, non-generic templates. They offer a fair price and both established channels and smaller creators with a quick turnaround, proper attention to detail. If you want your channel to look more professional and stand out, check out O'Connor Designs. And if you mention the promo code THFCTID26, you will get 10% off your first order. The email to contact O'Connor Designs is in the description below. Please do that. And also, advertising with THFC Till We Die provides advertisement opportunities across all the social media platforms. If you'd like to discuss a collaboration or a project with us, our email address of thfctillwedie@hotmail.com is in the description also below as well. Tequila, let's go and sort this out, bud. Goalkeeper. Who are we going to pick as the goalkeeper for this all Tottenham Arsenal 11? So we're going with it, bud.
So I'm going to do it based upon my own lived experiences, right? So I'm not going to talk about teams that I weren't watching. Just so I understand this is my. You want a combined, or you want just my Spurs?
Just you and me have to pick a goalkeeper and a back four.
But all so Spurs players is what not a combined. Okay.
No.
Right, but the goalkeeper one might surprise. Well, maybe not. Paul Robinson for me. Not Lloris.
I thought you would have gone Eric. I thought you were going to Eric Torstead, but there you go.
I'm going from like 99 because that's when I first started kind of really following them. So I've only got I've only got lucky me. I've only got the Unique era, pretty much. Lucky me. Robinson.
I would go Pat Jennings. I mean, he would be a name that would. Do you know what? I'm gonna go. Okay, we'll go with Paul Robinson then.
No, I mean, fine. I don't think he's a better keeper than Pat Jennings, but just I'm going through ones who I've. Yeah, because I wasn't watching at the time.
Are you happy with Pat Jennings then? Because he is probably the best goalkeeper we've ever had at both clubs. Right, left back for you, bud.
Again, based upon what I've seen, I'll probably have to go with Danny Rose. Probably.
Would you not think of Stephen Carr?
He was a right back, not left back.
Yeah, he is right back. So, okay, Danny Rose. Okay, centre back.
No. On your left back, just a challenge. Would you not go Gareth Bale? Because he started left back and you're not getting midfield.
Interesting one, but Gareth Bale. I don't know.
He never won a game, did we?
His record, Nick. We never won a game when he was at left back.
No.
Crazy enough.
I could see where this is going. I could see where he was going with
the wing that he started to perform. Yeah. So, but centre halves, Dermo. I know you're going to agree at least. I think with one of these, I'm going to go Ledley King and Vertonghen.
Oh, I would go for. I go with Ledley King. Totally agree with 100%. I'd actually go for Gary Mabbutt.
Yeah, I was thinking you would, mate. Yeah,
Gary Mabbutt or Paul Miller. I'm just stuck between the two, Paul Miller or Gary Mabbutt. See, Vertonghen's a very good shout. Oh God, it's hard. How would you feel if? Can we compromise? So if we go for,
Ledley. You can put Mabbutt in. I'm not against you putting Mabbutt in. I'll go with King. You can go with Mabbutt. We can split it. That's okay. King, because if you're asking me who the best defender I've seen, I would choose King over Vertonghen. So King would still be
I think the best defender I had probably was Ledley King, but I think my second best was always like Paul Miller because I thought Paul Miller was a great. But Gary Mabbutt was such an inspiration to everyone. Had type 2, type 1 diabetes, had to inject himself before every game. And I mean, he's an inspiration to any Tottenham player. So for me, Gary Mabbutt, right back, Stephen Carr. Would you agree with that, Tequila?
I think you got to go. I think it's got to be Kyle Walker. As much as I did love Stephen Carr, I don't think you can say he's as good as Kyle Walker.
I'm sorry. Oh, why do you do this?
Stephen Carr probably be in my top 2 or 3, but I don't think you can say that Stephen Carr is
Chris Hughton as well for me back in my day.
Chris
Hughton, Gary Stevens.
Gary Stevens was good. I'm trying to think back in the Mitchell Thomas,
Danny Thomas.
Pat Van Den Houw.
Was Danny Thomas the left back? Yeah. Players.
No, Mitchell Thomas.
No, you had Danny Thomas as well. He was.
We had Danny Thomas. He missed the penalty in the '84 UEFA Cup final. Okay, do you know what? But okay, I'm going to compromise. Okay, then Kyle Walker. All right, but I'm picking.
Just remind us what your back line was there. Right. So that was
right. Tequila, go ahead. So it's Pat Jennings, and what was the back?
It was Pat Jennings, Danny Rose, King, and Mabbott, and then Walker in the right back.
Okay, Bren, can we start with the middle?
Yeah.
There's a player that I need to shoehorn into this, and I want to play him centrally if we can.
Rocastle.
Who's that?
Rocky. Can we put Rocky in there?
I was going to put him on the. I would have put him on the right.
Okay, I'm happy with putting him on the right.
Because he was always. He was because for me, he was he could play central midfield. He did play central midfield for a season. I think his final season with us, he played central midfield, but he was always a right midfielder. And
okay, that's fine. I'm perfectly happy with that. Yeah,
because Rocky's going to be in no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Vieira has to be in.
Yeah, I was going to say Vieira's got to be a shoe-in, right? That's kind of like everything flows from that. So then we've got to pick Vieira's partner and the left wing.
I'll tell you what, I would go. This is personally what I'd go on the left wing. I would go Robert Perez.
Oh yeah. And
for me, and on the right, this may surprise a few people. And I'll tell you what, this guy was amazing, and he's in my all-time Arsenal 11. It's Liam Brady. Liam Brady was a player.
He was. Who else did you pick in your for, by the way? Sorry, you got Rocastle.
Rocastle, Vieira,
right. And Vieira.
Yeah.
Okay.
Liam Brady, probably one of the greatest players to have never won the league.
Yeah.
With us.
I definitely agree with Robert Perez.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liam Brady, I've got no issues with that.
Yeah.
So
I want him to come back to us. And he went West Ham.
He did.
Yeah.
So this is the team so far. We've got Pat Jennings in goal. We've got a back four of Danny Rose, Ledley King, Gary Mabbott, and Kyle Walker. We've got a midfield of David Rocastle, Patrick Vieira, Robert Perez, and Liam Brady. Do you think, Tequila, it should be fair that we pick one striker each instead of us picking two strikers?
Yeah, that's a fair thing to do. Yeah, one striker each.
Yeah, right. I think we know where we're going to go with this. Our pick.
Jimmy
I think there's only. Well, see, that's the problem with me. See, you got Harry Kane and Jimmy Greaves. You got Martin Shivers, great striker. Robbie Keane was good in your sort of era.
He's not my favourite though. My favourite is Berbatov.
What about 3 seasons of Gary Lineker? He did score some goals.
I loved Gary Lineker. At Tottenham. There's only one person. It's Harry Kane, isn't it? Tequila. The only one you can pick.
If it was my favourite, it would be Berbatov. But as far as the quality, I don't think there's an argument. It's got to be. If it's not Jimmy Greaves, it's Harry Kane. I think that it has to be one of them. I'll go with Harry Kane because I saw him live.
Okay. All right. Go with Harry Kane. And guys, who's your striker?
Well, we've got 3 kings, haven't we? We've got. We have. So let's just pick up the other 2 first, shall we?
Yeah.
So I'll take my favourite player.
Yeah, go on.
My favourite player was Dennis Bergkamp. Loved him. Loved the way he played football. Loved the way he saw it. I have to just do a little shout out for Alan Smith as well because of he turned up and great moments. Yeah. But no, Dennis Bergkamp was my favourite player ever. The next one we're going to go to, which Brenny will mention, rather than the one we're going to put in the team, it can only be one, right? Out of the 3 kings, Bren. So who would we say is in second place?
Ian Wright's it'd be in second. Well, actually, no. Ian Wright for me would be in third, but Bergkamp would be second for me. As much as I loved Wright, he was one of my favourite players of all time.
Yeah, same.
You know what I mean? But there's one king.
There's one
and
King.
he'd have to partner. He'd have to partner Kane, and we're going.
I've got to say, him partnering Kane or him partnering Berbatov, that would have been tasty either way.
Do you imagine how many goals like Kane would have got alongside Henry? How many goals they would have scored?
It would have been ridiculous, wouldn't it?
Who you putting the cheater in? You're putting the cheater in.
Cheater?
Yeah, because of the Irish thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. His name's Terry Henry. I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
No, he's a cheater. He cheated us out of going to the World Cup. I mean, his handball was more blatant than Maradona's was. I mean, Maradona was a genius.
And I don't disagree with you about that. But when I'm talking from an Arsenal perspective, absolute legend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he done things on a football pitch that are like live. Yeah. It was like you'd watch. Do you remember when I was younger, we'd all go there'd be 20 of us in the park playing football, and there was always that one kid that hit puberty before everybody else, and he'd be like getting through players and all the rest of it. And that was Henry on a Premier League football pitch. Yeah, he would dribble round players. He would put the burners on, and it's the stuff that he done at speed. Yeah. He was, and the players all we're talking about that we could talk about over the last 20 years of Tottenham and Arsenal, I think are more exciting than anything that Arsenal or Tottenham have today.
Not even close, mate.
Not even close. We haven't even spoken about Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez would walk into today's team.
We haven't talked about Gaza. Gaza will walk into. Gaza will prime.
We had a team. We had a team of Bale, Modric, Berbatov, Keane.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
And now I have to look at these people, and people wonder why we finished 17th. I've got to look at my team.
I do, because we're even going back at the beginning of Arteta's reign. We had Aubameyang, Lacazette, and
Ozil, yeah.
I mean, blimey! Theo Walcott would be a standout talent in today's Arsenal, and his figures are better than what some people realise.
I think
exactly. He did a job for us.
Yeah,
I think Wenger ruined him as a player. If I'm being brutally
playing him too young, too fast.
Yeah, it did.
Same as Jack Wilshere.
I know. Yeah, he scored. What was it? We were 2-0 up, and he came on at halftime and scored 4 goals against us at the Emirates. It's the only time, and I was well before now. I was divorced at this point, so I was single at this point. It's the only time in my whole watching football, and this is watching Ireland getting beat every week. It's the only time I punched a wall after he scored the 4th goal. I have never done that before.
We won that. We scored 5. Yeah, he got 2 of them. We got 5 that day.
Yeah, we just get rid of him. Yeah. That's enough for talking about that. That's enough for talking about 5 and all them now. Sod that. See, it still affects me to this day.
My parents always told me to be honest with the score, honest with the result, honest with the scores. It's not 4, it was 5. Yeah.
One of them goals should have been knocked off. But guys, that is it. Tequila, look, but we're going to thank you to Brenny and Nick for coming on. They will be back in the week.
Pleasure.
We will be getting back on. They will be joining us for a pre-match build-up. There will be a bit of we are going to do, and this is something I've thought of now, we are going to do an all-time predicted 11. And we're doing it for you members. So do watch that. We're going to get it on screen, and we're going to do it properly. So this was just a bit of fun tonight. What we are going to do, we're going to pick a formation, and we're going to do. There will be a member shows later in the week, guys. So do watch.
Well, let us know. Let us know when you're all free. Let us know when you're free before the game on Sunday, and we can just jump onto mine as well. So we'll sort something out. Yeah,
definitely. We will be jumping on to you, Brendan. But Tequila, thank you for coming on tonight, bud. I know you're busy with stuff. So look, do you want to plug your both channels, and where can people find you?
Yeah, I put them back in the. I've put them back in the chat anyway. Yeah, so you can find me on the Play Pouch, which is a gaming channel for a bunch of 40-year-old nerds, other than me, who's cool. And also this new No Sell channel that has that's its name now. Our first show is on Wednesday evening at 7:00, I think. So please join us then. What games
you play? Yeah.
Oh, it's a mixture, mate. There's a bunch of us. We've all got different. Some of us are about 30 or so they still play different stuff. But I like my RPGs and single player stuff. I'm not really the online kind of game.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's it really. Cheers, lads.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you, Tequila. Nick and Brenny. Right, Nick, where can people find you, bud?
They can find me if they want to buy me a pint in a pub. Football Takeover.
He lurks around this channel, by the way. He does lurk around. He's like Casper the Ghost. He's always there.
Like,
he's
dialer gunner. That's what I am. 0800 dialer gunner. No appeal.
Oh, you're the one that's putting them funny adverts in the telephone boxes. It is you then.
So you're the one who's taking all my cards, you bugger. Right.
Yeah, okay. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when Brenny invites me on there, he's on the next channel, Arsenal Above All, sometimes on there. So, yeah, I am literally rent-a-gooner.
Anyway, call the Ghostbusters. Anyway, if you've got a problem, call Laguna. He will not sort it out, but it's good fun to watch him try. Anyway, on that bombshell, Brenny, where can people find you, bud?
Oh, big up, cool Ghostbusters. Big up the Ghostbusters.
Oh,
I was on that at the end, people. Frozen Empire. You can catch me on my own channel. I was, yeah, it was good fun there. Good fun. 3 days on set. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Paul Rudd, Ernie Hudson, Carrie Coon, that dude from Stranger Things.
Oh, Kid,
None. Finn Wolfhard, McKenna Grace. They didn't want to talk to us, and neither did the guy who was in Die Hard, who plays the mayor. The one that was in Die Hard, who played the silly reporter.
Oh, the guy who played the reporter. The guy who played the reporter.
William Atherton.
That's it.
They didn't want to know us. They didn't want to know us, but we're like, it is what it is. I would love to grab some autographs, but there you go. But you can also find me on my own channel, Brenny K74, and you can find me on a Football Takeover as well. And I still do
called the Football Takeover.
No, we haven't even eaten on there yet. I mean, we haven't even had no chips or nothing like that. You know,
I keep calling it the Football Takeaway for whatever reasons in my head. It's a Football Takeaway.
I keep turning up expecting a mukbang, but there's nothing like it. I'm like,
you're just hungry. You're just hungry.
No hot wings, no nothing. It's like, what's going on?
That's all right. We'll have a curry if we're in on Sunday, Nick. We'll have a curry if we're in on Sunday while doing a match reaction.
I just expect Bobby to come in. Right, I'm in McDonald's tonight, lads. Let's talk about Big Macs and cheeseburgers. Big up to you, Bobby. Hope you're doing well, brother.
Yeah, he is. Hopefully, he'll be back this weekend. So it'd be great to see him back. You know, I mean, big up to Bobby. And you could also find me on Instagram and Instagram threads, and you can also find me on X. Thanks for having me on.
Big up to you guys. And thank you. You can find me, of course, on here. You can find me on Philip and Dermot's Political Till We Die. You can find me also on me and James, also on our gaming channel. Old Boys Do Gaming Till We Die, and also on Ireland Till We Die as well at the New Irish channel. There is a video going out on that in the next few days with a little bit of what's going to coming up. And the first watch along will be this Friday evening. It will be, I don't know what game I'm covering, but the first one. And if anyone wants to join me, Nick, you want to join me as a guest, Brenny, you want to join me, I'll link you up with the link so you can watch the game. You're more than welcome. Just to show that we do have a decent league over here, actually. We really do, and we might qualify for the World Cup. Yay! Anyway, so there you have it. For all spreadsheets and combined 11s, tactical breakdowns, trust the process speeches. North London still belongs to whoever wins on the day. If you're an Arsenal fan, enjoy your history DVDs, your annual This Is Our Year parade in February. If you're a Tottenham Hotspur fan, enjoy the stadium tours, emotional damage package that comes free with every season ticket. And as Tequila always says to me, it's just who we are, mate. One side flexes trophies. That was good. I like that one. One side flexes. Pardon?
When you say it's just who we are, mate, that made me think of TalkSport, and the other one's always like, "You got slapped. You got smacked."
Yeah.
Good team. Good team.
Hang on, Tequila. I should have done this right. Hang on. I'm going to start again. Hang on. This is a bit of fun, guys. Right. So this is what we should have done. So if you're a Tottenham fan, enjoy the stadium tours and damage the pack that comes for every season ticket. One side flexes trophies before Wi-Fi existed. The other flexes potential like it's a next field thriller. Yeah, a bit like Tyson Fury today. But here's the hard, brutal truth. In the North London derby, nobody rules forever. Just rent the crown until the next derby humbles you. So argue in the comments, lose friendships, mute the family group chat, because until the next North London derby, the only thing that truly rules North London is chaos and fire. Smash the like, smash and subscribe. Let me turn off the red with Donald Duck, who's now speaking. Tequila, you don't just. Oh, hang on. But can you just rattle, just waffle for something for 5 minutes? I need to select the new outro. Sorry, give me a minute.
Tell us that joke you know, Tequila.
Okay, here you go. Here's something we didn't even say. There you go. Score prediction. Let's quickly do a score prediction. This would be fun.
Yeah.
We haven't done it.
Okay.
Go, you first, Nick. Go on. Guess first.
Okay. I think it is going to be a 2-1 to us. I think it's 2-1 Arsenal.
Brenny?
Yeah, I would say 2-1 as well. It's gonna be we're gonna make it tougher than it should be, but we should come through.
I'll go 3-0 to you guys.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, sorry. You don't know how bad we are at home. Trust me, I've had to watch it.
I don't think it's going to be that game. I don't.
No.
We couldn't beat Wolves. 0-0. Sorry, no, 1-1 in the end. So we just about got a draw against.
Yeah,
Wolves.
but you get up for the big. This is the part of being Spurs. You will get smashed by Bognor Regis, and then you'll go to the Alliance Arena and pull down Bayern Munich's pipe pants and pump them 4-1. It's what you do.
Exactly.
It is just what you do.
It is who we are, mate. Yeah,
it's who we are. It's who we are.
As a philosopher once said, it's not who we are. It's not what we are. We're going to win 3-0 because we are Tottenham Hotspur and we are the Kings of White Hart Lane. Nobody would beat us. We're the mighty Spurs. Arsenal going down on that bombshell. Like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs.